Hey, welcome back everybody to a Group B rally tournament here at Smoky Mountain Raceway. I'm your host Big C, and as always I got Little C right here with me.
Hey, what's up?
And we're going into the second half of our series here, which means all the cars are going to be more evenly matched.
Absolutely, which also means a lot more beating, banging, and wrecking.
That's right, so let's head over to driver introductions and see how this all ends up. In our fast qualifier for this round, our number 5 seed overall, Dusty Miles from Milestone Racing, driving a 78 Ford Escort, coming in at 55.16 grams.
And starting second, our number 12 seed, we got Giorgio from G-Force Racing, driving his highly equipped Audi Quattro.
I didn't know Audis used Hollies.
Hey, why not? And it weighs 55.26 grams.
And starting off in our third position, our number 21 seed overall, Mr. DARQ, in that beautiful Toyota Celica from Dubious Diecast, coming in at 54.95 grams.
And starting the tail of the field, we got our number 28 seed Speedball Herman from Gravity Throttle Racing, driving his Porsche 928S, weighing 54.63 grams.
All right, here we go. We got him up to the top again. This is going to be awesome. Dusty Miles is out on the pole with Giorgio on the outside as they take off. Mr. DARQ's trying to catch up, but they're already beating and banging and sliding next to each other. Look at Giorgio almost flips over Dusty Miles. Speedball's falling back there, but Dusty, look at that blow. Look at that pass. And here comes Dusty. He ain't giving up yet. Tries to get him to the outside, but Giorgio holds him off.
Oh, wow.
Dusty second, Mr. DARQ third. Here comes old Speedball making up the rear there. But man, Giorgio and Dusty are going to have at it. I can already tell.
Oh, yeah, look at this. Giorgio tries to get past Dusty. Nice block. Everybody gets single file, but look at Giorgio up under the rear end of Dusty Miles. Wasn't stop there. Look at Mr. DARQ with a nice little drift. And coming down...
Dusty's losing it.
Yeah, coming down Megiddo, Dusty goes a little left, right, left. And look at there. Giorgio blows past him. Ends up getting first, but Dusty was not finished with him. Tries to pass on the outside turn 5. Doesn't make it happen. But Giorgio is able to take 5 points already. Mr. DARQ with a nice little spin around. And Speedball Herman wasn't too far back there, but, you know, only first lap, like we always say. So, come on.
It's a nice start, man. If this is, I told you that they were going to be beating and banging and be side by side here. So here we go.
I said that.
Oh, you said that. Well, either way, I agree. So Mr. DARQ now up on the pole. He takes off, gets out in front of Dusty, but Dusty spins him. Oh, they both get flipped over. Dusty Miles and looks like Giorgio are going to make it through. Dusty Miles has got a nice lead. Kevin coming off of 4. He gets up on the rail and slowing down. Giorgio slams into him and falls off the mountain, so nobody finishes.
Are you serious?
What a messy lap this was. Go ahead, look, Mr. DARQ flipped over there. Speedball's flipped over in the background. Coming out of turn 2, man, I'm about ready to lose everything. This is nuts.
That was insane. Look at what happened with Dusty. He pits Mr. DARQ. And then Mr. DARQ hits the wall, and Speedball Herman hit the wall too. Giorgio gets stuck behind them all. Dusty was able to get out ahead, but what happened coming out of turn 4? He ends up hitting the rail, gets both of his right side tires up on the rail, can't get off. And watch Giorgio.
Giorgio comes in full speed, no brakes. He just slams
into him and then backs off the mountain. Talk about a scary ride.
Hey, he didn't roll over.
He almost did. And Dusty Miles ends up still on the track, safe and sound.
There you go. So complete restock. Here we go. Back of the top. Mr. DARQ gets out side by side. Look at Dusty, boy. Giorgio pushed him through, and he flips over Mr. DARQ in turn 2. Man, not again. But here comes Giorgio. He ain't done with Dusty Miles. Gives him a shot. Dusty takes off, breaks away from him just enough. He's going to come home in first. Giorgio second. Speedball gets third. But I can't believe Giorgio wrecked Mr. DARQ going through turn 2. I can't wait to go back and see how this all went down.
Talk about intense. That was crazy. Look at what happened to Mr. DARQ here. So Giorgio pushes Dusty out, and then Giorgio cuts down on Mr. DARQ. Ends up making him roll in the corner. Speedball was just able to maneuver by Mr. DARQ, and here comes Giorgio, back up on the rear end of Dusty, gives him a shot. Giorgio was not going to leave him alone. He ends up closing the gap, but not the entire way. So he stays in second, but hey, that was an insanely good race.
Yeah, I think Dusty was getting tired of getting his bumper beat off by Giorgio, so he just took off out there and said, I'm getting away from this crazy guy. He's going to wreck me. But here we go. Speedball now is up on the pole with Mr. DARQ on the outside. Let's see if they can't get down here. Side by side is never a good thing going in turn 2, and they make it through. It looks like, I spoke too soon. Mr. DARQ's turned sideways. They go down to turn 3, and Dusty flips over, and they all stall out. right there at the entrance to turn 3. I tell you, you can't go side by side through turn 2 because that is just what's going to happen. Let's see what happens.
So it looks like Mr. Dark might have cut down on Speedball, and then Mr. Dark ends up getting sideways the entire way down. Giorgio and Speedball trying to push, it never works out.
And banging, but yeah, it never ends up that way. So let's do another restart. Here we go. They're still side by side. Let's see how this ends up. Hey, they made it through. Look at Giorgio. Look at that. Outside pass, inside almost. It looks like Speedball and Dusty Miles get held up. But Mr. Dark is up in front with Giorgio on his tail trying to get around him, but he's not going to be able to. Mr. Dark comes home in first as he flips over. Oh, man, and Speedball and Dusty get parked over in turn 3. Let's see what happened to him.
That was insane. Look at Mr. Dark cutting down on
look at
Speedball
that pass
there,
by
but
Giorgio.
look at Giorgio on the outside, almost on the inside. Mr. Dark moves down because
right at the last second.
Yeah, you know, Mr. Dark likes to stub your
those
toe,
doors.
as Middle C likes to say. But coming down here, look at this. Giorgio right on Mr. Dark, but Mr. Dark is able to stay ahead right at the line. So, hey, Mr. Dark, 5 points. He has been getting quite unlucky,
yeah, he needed that.
Like, you know, he keeps getting pushed to the back.
Yeah, pushed and wrecked and flipped and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, thankfully on this one, he was able to hold off Giorgio. Nice veteran move to be able to block. But here we go. Giorgio's got the pole. Let's see how he does as he takes off with Speedball on the outside. Speedball's keeping up with him.
Oh, yeah.
Side by side, and Mr. Dark and Dusty back there have a battle. But Speedball is right up the back bumper of Giorgio, giving him a taste of his own medicine. But it looks like Giorgio put on the afterburners. Look at this. Man, he is flying down here. Look at the gap he opened up. And coming to the line, Dusty, and what in the world? Mr. Dark does an E-brake right there at the line.
I think he was trying to keep Dusty Miles from finishing.
Well, you know, he should have hit the brake a little bit sooner. Let's go back and check it out.
Wow, look at Speedball was not letting off of Giorgio. I mean,
that is awesome.
Banging. I mean, that's exactly what Giorgio has been doing to Dusty. A nice little spin around by Dusty, by the way. And Mr. Dark was battling back there.
Gets
and,
to the inside and passes him.
Talk about that. And Mr. Dark up on the wall, taking a little thing out of Dusty's book, right? Whatever you call that.
Playbook. But look at this right here at the end.
Dusty
like,
spins around and then...
he almost tried.
It's like he actually tried to prevent Dusty from finishing. I don't know. I saw they did get together in turn 2.
A little bit of a payback, maybe. I don't know.
I don't know. They are tied in points, so hey, it's gonna get intense.
Yeah, a little bit of a vengeful thing. So I guess you better watch out for Mr. Dark there, Dusty. But he's right on your back bumper as we go into halftime or past halftime. Lap 5, Dusty and Giorgio is on the outside, and he gets out in front of. Oh, he cuts down and is able to take the lead from Giorgio. And it looks like Mr. Dark and Speedball get lost and stuck over in turn 3. But Giorgio has definitely figured his track out. Look at this. 864, he has got that Audi flying, and I don't see anybody else coming down the track. Dusty Miles was flipped over coming down the backstretch there, and there we see Mr. Dark and Speedball Herman stuck in 3. So let's see what happened to Dusty, because I didn't get a chance to see that.
Neither did I. Look at Giorgio. He gets just an edge.
And he pushes down on him.
Yeah, so is Speedball Herman kind of spinning on Mr. Dark. I guess that's why they ended up stuck in turn 3. Thankfully, nobody up in turn 3 has gotten hit so far. That's pretty darn good.
Yeah, they're pretty close.
Dusty gets up on the rail,
loses control again.
Oh my!
Yeah, he's been having issues down that straightaway, I've noticed.
That and the other straightaway, you know. But Giorgio will take advantage of that. I mean, basically, 5 free points. I mean, 21 points, and the second closest is 9.
Yeah, he definitely is.
I think he does not have a problem.
He is rocking and rolling in this series here. So, but Mr. Dark's up on the pole. Let's see if he can get out in front of Dusty and be able to get some points out of there. Side by side again, going into 2.
Ooh.
Oh, and they're crossed up again, and Dusty now is the one being pushed sideways. But look at that. Oh, I was going to say they almost made it through, but it looks like Mr. Dark got parked into the guardrail. Here comes Giorgio. He's got that front bumper working and gives him a push across the line.
Did you see that move by Dusty?
Hey, that was slick. Just block everything. But poor Mr. Dark got shoved into the guardrail, and Speedball got stuck behind him.
Wow, that was crazy. Look at Dusty get just barely in front of Mr. Dark, but he gets pushed sideways
all the way down
the whole way down the backstretch.
I've never seen they actually made it through the corner.
They did actually make it through. They cleared Dusty Miles got cleared up right before.
Look at
that. Mr. Dark really unlucky, and so was Speedball. They both really got really unlucky. But look at this. Coming into the line, I got to say,
that's some good
hats
backward
off to
skills.
Dusty, because he literally slides it sideways to prevent Giorgio. Like, if he didn't do that, Giorgio would have passed him.
Hey, these are what's called veteran drivers.
Absolutely.
So,
I mean, they know this track. They know how to drive their cars. Do not underestimate them.
yeah, they definitely know how to block and keep the lead and get those as many points as you can. Because there we go. Dusty now is up there with 14, and Giorgio 24. But here we go. A couple laps left. Speedball Herman, you got the pole. Let's see if you can get that speedball down the track.
I know he
Mr.
can.
Dark's on the outside, and he's able to. Oh, now there's crossed
not
up again. Man, these guys just cannot stay off each other.
Uh-oh.
But Speedball breaks out, and Mr. Dark's going to try to catch up to him. Look at that getting close. Speedball puts on a little bit more power coming out of the corner. Oh, Mr. Dark flips and he flipped back over. And he finishes on his wheels. Well, I got to go back and see this.
Goodness.
The Speedball wins the race, but I think everybody's going to be seeing what happened to Mr. Dark there at the finish line.
What in the world happened? Look at Speedball gets thrown sideways. They make it again, surprisingly. But look at Giorgio almost gets parked just like Mr. Dark, and but thankfully keeps moving. Look at Mr. Dark. He comes right up on Speedball Herman. Doesn't let him go too far, but coming down here to the line, this was interesting.
What happened?
So Mr. Dark,
Oh, man, he flipped over the opposite way.
Look at this,
Look at
Giorgio with
oh.
such speed. I tell you what, the way that little silica
launched him up
got
and
launched
over.
up and over. And not only that, he still finished second. That's probably the most impressive thing. And Dusty Miles sadly got last. Giorgio just barely was able to get second with a 26 points. I'll tell you what.
Man, he's definitely got a nice streak down his hood right about now. So,
No kidding.
but here we go. Last lap. Giorgio's up on the pole. Let's see if he can get out in front of Speedball, and he does. Oh no, he doesn't. He gets him
no
crossed
way.
up. Speedball. Oh, they're slammed and flipping in turn 3, and nobody makes it out of there. Unfortunately, but man, what a crazy mix-up. I thought he was going to have another one.
Can I just say, this is the first group where we've had this much
Carnage?
all DNFs and carnage. Look at this. Speedball does not let Giorgio just get away. Dusty Miles hits them both, knocks him over. Mr. Dark gives...
He tried.
He just... that was the last thing he could do.
Oh, look how close she is. He
wow.
almost hit that lady standing there. She might want to back up in the next
Nerves of
lap.
steel. She didn't even flinch.
Exactly. Just having a little picture there. But here we go. Giorgio, next time, look at him. He put the power down and said, I'm getting away from all y'all crazy people. I'm done with this.
Look at
Speedball gives him a shot in the rear. He catches back up with him, loses it out of 4. But Giorgio is going to come across the line in first. Speedball second. Dusty third, and Mr. Dark is pulling up the rear. At least they all made it down this time.
It took that one DNF to make them all race nice and clean this time.
Exactly. Everybody gets tired of being flipped over, so they're like, all right, everybody gets a single fire here, and let's see how we end up.
Look at this. Coming down Megiddo, Speedball catches up on Giorgio.
Gives him a shot.
A little
Look at that.
tap right there. And they ended up staying pretty clean the rest of the race. Speedball lost it a little bit out of 4. But like I said, ends up keeping it mostly clean. Dusty Miles with a nice second. Mr. Dark coming in last, but that's all right. I mean, he's got 13 points, 14 and a 17. They're all pretty darn tight, but I gotta say, the one who stole the show, Giorgio, not a single Diecast donut, and he kept his roof to the sun. Mahalo.
That's right. And that got him up in the second place with 31 points. Man, what a good job he did, with Dusty Miles also getting 17. And old Speedball got 14. And Mr. Dark's got 13. Wait a second. Isn't Mr. Dark's car number 13 also?
Well, maybe he was just trying to predict his points in the first round.
Well, maybe he should have picked 35. Nah, seriously, he had a great car. But just like some of the other drivers, he was just a victim of some bad circumstances. So I can't wait to see how they do at the other tracks. But next round, we do want to give everybody, we got Scooter Ramwell,
Wes Cosin,
Garth Vandershift,
and Ricochet.
That's right. So make sure you got the ringy-dingy thingy on, or else you're going to miss it. And of course, that only works if you're subscribed. Give it a thumbs up. We definitely appreciate everybody
Share
watching.
it with everybody you know.
Yes, because sharing is caring. So definitely, can't wait till next time. We'll see you then. God bless.